Why is argumentative writing important? So some of you know that I went to school at SUNY Fredonia. It is a pretty good school. At least I thought it was. It was in upstate New York. And something that Fredonia had, or mostly all, I think colleges in general, had student clubs and organizations. Fredonia was a great school. I loved it. But something that they like to brag about was that they had over 170 student clubs. And that was great and everything. See, here are all their clubs. But for me, my major was adolescent education for English. See? Bachelor and all that. So for me, none of these clubs really connected with what I wanted to do. American String Teacher, they had biology club. They didn't have anything for my major, for what I wanted to do. So I contacted the person in charge of student groups and I told them, I said, I want to start a club for teaching, for education, for students that are older. You have a childhood education club, you have a music teachers club, but you have nothing for teachers who want to teach high school. So the guy in charge emailed me and told me that there was a teacher education club. And the problem with that club was they only focused on childhood education. But they had all teachers in their doctrine. So I couldn't create an adolescent education club because this club had it in their doctrine. But something that they weren't doing was they were not focusing on adolescent education. They were only focusing on childhood education. So that really bugs me. So something that I learned in college was argumentative writing, an argumentative essay. And I looked more into it because I wanted to know how to actually write these argumentative essays. Yeah, we talked about it in school. We went over them, but I've never actually written one myself. So I looked it up and I started to write one. And lo and behold, I wrote one to the president of Fredonia. It wasn't great. There was a lot of mistakes reading back into it as a professional English teacher, but I wrote it and she actually emailed me back. After the president of Fredonia emailed me, she actually emailed the person in charge of the clubs. And next thing you know, I was writing an entire doctrine for my club to be created. So not only was my club created, but our purpose was there. Our purpose became a reality. I was able to make volunteer options. I was able to help teenagers in the town of Fredonia. I was able to help future teachers become better teachers. Not only that, but they labeled me as president. So I automatically became the president because I created the club. So all this happened because I wrote my argumentative essay to the president of Fredonia. So yeah, argumentative essays are definitely helpful. They can help us in a lot of ways. So that is just one of the reasons why argumentative writing is important. Yes, you're going to see it on your regions. Yes, you're going to need to write argumentative essays for college, but it can also help you for life. I never would have gotten that club if it weren't for me writing that essay.